really for about 2 years. Will be in 2 years will be November 1st. So I got about 5 more days. I've been doing this full time for about a year. So give you a little rundown of my story real quick, because I'm a firm believer in, anyone can do anything they set their mind to. And it's all about belief. I think Jason talked about your vibration, your frequency, right? It's real. It's the law of gravity. If you jump out of the plane, you're going to fall. It's a law, right? Same thing with your vibration, your frequency. What are you wanting to, what are you bringing into your life, right? Law of attraction, right? So have your pens and papers, right? Money makers or note takers. So definitely take some notes on what about to show you guys and whatnot. But I used to be back in the day, right? I used to hustle the wrong way, right? Hustle the wrong way. And I ultimately got locked up for 6 months, right? In doing so, right? I read this book called Think and Grow Rich, right? And it really changed my perspective on life. Right. After that 6 months, in jail, right. I was got a court order to go to a halfway house, right, to rehab for a year, right. And in doing so, I learned a lot about myself, discipline myself, learn more faith, right. And what this is going to turn into is how you can apply it to trading as well, right. So long story short, I got a job at Lowe's, right? I worked myself up to a general manager at a Gold's Gym, and that's where I previously was. I love what I did, but I hit a roadblock in the ceiling. I was like, yo, I got to do something different, something more, right? Next thing you know, someone presented this opportunity and I ran with it, right? I wasn't, I dropped out of college, right? Barely graduated high school, so anyone can do this if you apply yourself. Right, I have students and people just testimonies of the average person, right? The average person that knows absolutely nothing. If you apply yourself, right? If you put in the work, right? You can ultimately change your life, right? And that was awesome. Jason, his daughter, right? Doing the questionnaire, right? The trivia. If it hits support, what happens? If it hits resistance, that is something you can teach. That's a legacy. Right. So with iMarkets Live, it's the right time, the right place with the right opportunity right now. Right. The company is absolutely exploding. I've never seen so many customers win. Right. Never been before. Right. Because the customer comes in here. Right. And they use the products, they learn a skill set. Right. That can forever change their life. Right. Where customers are making more money. Right. Than most independent business owners in different companies. Right. That's just crazy. Right. So it's very, very, you do have to put in time, right? If you're wanting to learn how to trade, kind of give you a little bit, a psychology of it, but you have to have the long-term vision. If you can dedicate, right? If you can dedicate, 12 months to 18 months to this journey, right? And you don't give up, right? You put in the work, you listen to who has what you want, right? You can have massive success. Right, find a mentor, right? Find an avenue, right? And just apply yourself, right? Put in the grind, right? And over and over and over, right? The 9 months, year, 2 years, right? It's going to pan out. I promise you, because like I said, when I started, guys, to be real with you guys, I did not want to learn how to trade, right? I saw the products. I was like, yo, I was in a previous company, right? And I built a comp plan all the way up to 6 figures in 90 days. But and during that, the company went away, but I through that obstacle, I learned the skill set, right? I put in the work, right? So everyone has different, goals, right? With this, it is beautiful because with the app, right? The app is going to give the average person their first 30 days, their first 2 weeks, a way to make money. Right, so it can be a confirmation on your trading as well. So the teacup side, right, it's going to be more of trade alerts, right? You're going to have a pending order. Where my side is going to be more market execution, right? And that's the beauty of Gold Company, and why I really, 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 really think it's going to take it to another level is because you don't to input the trade. You don't need to be a master trader. You don't need to be an experienced trader. Do I encourage you learning how to trade? Of course, right? I love building, but I also love, helping people learn how to trade. So if you're wanting to learn how to trade, I am on iMarkets Live TV, 8 a.m., right? You know, apply yourself, hop on, learn, right? And if you are, you know, you're busy, you're at work, you know, whatever it is, and you can't take the trade and you can't actually trade, right? You can input the trade that's sent out, right? So it's best of both worlds, right? You know, a couple of little quick updates that, you know, frequently asked questions, I should say, right? That an app is going to be coming out, so it's not going to be a website, right? It will be an app, right? And then the second thing is the notifications, right? I notify people through Pip Talk, right? Pip Talk is basically like 99% done. There's a couple more glitches, so I've been updating all through my Telegram, right? I don't drop the alert in my Telegram. I say, hey guys, you know, on the 4-hour chart, log into imlgoldcup.com, you know, hop on, right? So what do people do? They click the link, boom, they hop on, put in their credentials, and they get the trade, right? So that's where I'm updating right now. On the teacup side, which I'll show you guys in a second, you can input it, right? And you have 5, 6, 7, maybe 10 hours to essentially take the trade, right? So I'm going to give you kind of a scenario and how to maximize Gold Cup. So definitely take notes. This is kind of like a strategy inside of making it, you know, apply to your own membership, right? So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Give me a second to pull up the Gold Cup. All right, perfect. All right, so simply, right, you're going to log in imlgoldcup.com, right? You're going to put in your credentials, right? I'm going to go over teacup side. Teacup side is how to use it. I don't really know the strategy or anything like that behind it, but how do you use it, right? So essentially, you're going to go over here. You're going to select, you know, whatever broker, right? So the 1 hour, what you're looking for, and I'm very a step-by-step person, right? Like, you know, just like my business, you know, marketing business, right? You know, I have a daily routine, right? So I'm gonna give you a daily routine with both sides, right? The teacup side and the gold rush side. So for the teacup side, right, what you're essentially going to do is look for the purple/pink. Right, purple.
Hey Luke, we can't see your screen. Are you
Oh shoot. Okay, let me should have clicked over. Good now? Is it good now? Okay, cool. All right, so you're gonna log in imlgoldcup.com, right? You're gonna click the teacup side. So step one, what you're looking for, right? You're gonna click the Pepperstone, or whatever broker, doesn't matter, right? Just click one, right? And you're gonna go over here, right? You're gonna look for a pending activation. All right, so you're gonna click this and this. All right, you got two of them right here. All right. Oh shoot. All right, so for UJ, right, you're gonna go over here. The teacup, this is where what you're looking for, the pending, and essentially you have all the way until it comes back around and activates. So they're all going to be sell limits. They're all going to be sell limits when it comes to teacups, right? And all you're going to input is sell limit. You put in the stop loss. You put in the take profit. Right? I would recommend 2 to 3 a day. You don't need to take all teacups. If there's 10 a day, you don't need to take all 10. I would just recommend 2 or 3, right? Definitely use risk management. I would say 0.01 for every $100. Right? That's kind of like a safe, you know, general consensus when it comes to risk management. Right? So right here, NZDChef, right? So right here, pending activation, right? It drops. We're waiting for it to come back around and create that teacup, that half circle, right? And all you would do is put in the sell limit, and then take profit, and the stop loss is up here. Right? Very simple, right? So any questions over, we'll do a Q&A at the end. So with the I'm gonna give you a strategy on how to maximize it, because remember, notifications aren't out yet, you know. So one thing we're updating is we're going to do text/emails Should be either this weekend, like tomorrow, Sunday, etc., or the beginning of next week. So that will be really good, really good. And then that obviously when the app does come out, it'll be just like swipe trades or an email or alert, text message like that. It'll be like boom, hit your app, get the notification. It'll be a lot smoother. So we're working on the app as of now. It's up to the programmers. So that's how you use the teacup side, right? Now I'm gonna go over a little strategy since the notifications aren't yet, but you still have ample time, right? This is 1, 2, 3, 4. So this will probably be like a 7-hour trade, or not a trade, but you have that 7 hours to take this trade, right? So with that being said, what I recommend doing, right, in your day-to-day basis is 7 a.m. whenever you wake up, 7, 8, 9, or whatever time you wake up, check the 1 hour, right? Or whatever time frame. I would recommend the 1 hour or the 4 hour. That's what really Lizaldo recommends for him, or what he does, right? So go here, boom, 1 hour, right? Pick 2 or 3 trades that have the purple, right? And input the sell limit and go on with your day, right? If there is none, right, what I would do is check at 7 a.m. Eastern, or whenever you wake up, 8, 9, whatever. Check around 12 p.m., 1 p.m., right, and then check around 8, 9, 10 p.m., somewhere in there. That way, you're bridging the gap. So you say, you check in the morning, there's no pending, teacup, right? But then at lunch, right, oh, it pops up, cool, right? You input that one, right? So very, very simple, right? All you're doing is, finding the purple cup, entering the trade, right? Sell limit. They're all going to be sell limits. None will be market execution on this side, right? Simply to get to the gold rush side, you're going to click here, and you're going to go over to mine. So mine, right? I just start spazzing. Right, the trades go away after 12 hours. So I'm going to draw on here the trade, because if these trades were kept on here, it'd be a mess. So after 12 hours, the programmer just removes them. So this was a trade from Thursday night, I believe. Right, so this is what the chart's going to look like, right? You will get the notification through text, email when it does come out. So don't worry. There we go. All right, so it's going to have your support and resistance. Right, it's simply going to say sell or buy, and the entry say entry. I forget. I think it was 1237. All right, 1237 ish. Right. All right, so 1237. Right, so if it's 1238, you got a better entry. If it's 1239, you got a better entry. Right, so if it's, I would recommend, I wouldn't go any more away than 10 pips. So if it's 1237, right, and it's at 1236, that's fine. But if it's at like 1235, which is 20 pips, I would leave it alone. Right, so you want to enter right around the entry that it says, right, and then simply it's going to say, stop loss 1242, and then take profit. It was 1230. Yeah, 7 pips. All right, so log on, you the notification, gold rush, pip talk, whatever, right? You see the sell, so you sell it. Entry, you enter right around the entry, right? Boom, you put your stop loss in, you put your take profit, and it's going to have a little note here, right, of something along the lines of stop loss and profit after 20, 30 pips. We'll say 30 pips, and 0.01 for every $100. Right. So that's the gold rush side. Right. I want to answer any questions. I want to kind of get into a really quick mindset of the strategies. So maybe a quick Q&A. Any questions in the chat box?
All right, guys. So that's awesome. If you have any questions, please type it in the chat. If you don't have any questions, let's get some ones. There should be questions. Should be questions. And Luke. I'm at. Is that better? Yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't see any questions. All right, Cam. So essentially, once the trade goes 20, 30 pips or whatever it says, you're going to put your stop loss from 12, say 42, to right a pip or two in profit from the entry. Are the pips always the same? Yeah, 10 pips is 10 pips. Then I want to kind of get into a little bit of the style, how I trade for the people that want to kind of learn a little bit on the style of, price action trading, zone to zone trading, so forth. So again, about 20 seconds. Any questions? I'm going to jump and switch gears. Like I said, the guys, the beauty and the vision behind Gold Cup is to literally, give the, like I said, the brand new person a way to make money, right, from the jump, right? Earn while you learn, literally, right? And then for people that do want to learn, right, you get to learn, our styles of trading. What time frame do you have success on? For myself, I would say the 30 and the hour. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and switch gears. The charts were marked up so loud, just be literally, yeah, you would just be typing in the information, yeah. So it'll look literally like I showed you, just like this, like word for word, or picture for picture, I should say. Right, it'll look exactly like this. It'll either say sell or buy, entry, whatever the entry is. It'll say stop loss, take profits. You would literally just copy that into your trading tool, your app, or your on your broker, on your computer. All right, cool. So I'm gonna switch gears. I'm gonna go ahead and get on MetaTrader and basically go over some tools and a little bit of insight on how I trade, right, and how I see the market. And the beauty of trading is, right, so definitely take some notes right here. 1 second. And the beauty of trading is there's so many ways to look at the market. It's all perspective, right? And remember how I talked about how you see the market's kind of like how you see different things in life, right? So I'm a firm believer how you see the market is how you control your finances. For example, I know where every dollar is going, so when I get paid, right? So 10% for charity, 10% for investing, 20-30% for bills, etc. Right? So why does that matter when it comes to my trading? Is because I'm very, very calculated when it comes to my trading. If I'm up a certain percent for the week, right, I'm gonna dial it down, right, and not trade so much or risk less, right? So maybe for example's sake, I'm trading 1.0, right, for my normal risk, but I'm up 30% for the week, right? That's technically done for the week, right? I might drop it to 25 cents, 50 cents, right? So it's all about managing your money once you're up, and so forth. So I'm a naked price action trader. Naked meaning, no indicators, nothing like that. Understanding how to read candles. That is, in my opinion, the most important thing to do, right? reading candles is kind of like, it's kind of like, you know, understanding how to learn a new language, right? Learning a new language, you learn your ABCs, your sentences, your paragraphs, etc. Learning how to read candles, you can understand which way the market's going to go, what it's doing, right? In a sense, right? So I'm gonna get in a few things, right? Definitely write this down, right? Everyone should have a trading plan, right? And that trading plan is going to consist of a few things, right? So one.
I'm sorry, Luke. My name is Kimmy. Jason asked me to take over. I'm echoing also.
Echoing?
Yes, he wanted me to read you the questions. I moderate for Jason and his group, but I hear me echoing also. So we have a question in the group. Are you able to see the chat?
Yeah. We're going to take questions at the end. So we're going to let it rain, and we'll do that at the end, okay?
Okay, I'm just doing what Jason asked me to do, but okay, no problem.
All right, thank you.
Maybe can you still hear me? I turned down the volume. Is it echoing still?
No, we're good. We can hear you, Luke. You're good. Go ahead. You're good.
Okay. So one, right, you want to have, what pair are you trading? Right. So for me, I trade gold, right? So gold is what I stick to. So the way I kind of break it down is, it's like dating, right? If I'm trying to date, 5 women, right, I'm going to mess up their favorite color, right? Their favorite, restaurant, right? Their middle name, right? So my point is, you're going to get things mixed up with different pairs because different pairs react to, price differently. Right. So some, reject trend lines different. Some, go through support resistance different. So you have to understand how to read that in a sense. Right. So what pair are you trading is going to coincide with what time are you trading? Right. If I'm trading GJ, right, if I'm trading GJ, I'm probably trading London or Tokyo or the Tokyo-London overlap, right? If I'm trading gold, I'm probably trading New York, right? So have that in mind when you're trading because you want to be trading when it's most active, right? And then the third rule, or not rule, but the category for your trading plan is a pip goal. Right, the pip goal is going to save you from over trading. Right, over trading is right. So basically, if you hit your 50 pips, right. So my pip goal is 50 pips a day, right. So if I hit my 50 pips for the day, right, then I'm going to be done. Right, I'm not going to over trade and lose my profits. Right, if I have a pip goal that's going to keep me from over trading one and then also revenge trading. Right, so what I teach is rinse and repeat. Right, I look for one setup a day, right? Just one setup a day and maximize that one setup, right? So I look for the setup of the day. I look for it, boom, I find it, right, and then I buy or sell off it, right? So I'm gonna get into a few rules that I look for, right? But just to reiterate, right? Pick a pair, right? Pick a time. So for instance, I pick gold. My time I trade is 8 to 11, right? AM Eastern. And then I look for maybe a second setup around 8 to 11 p.m. Eastern, right? So those are the 2 times I look for a setup. I'm not trading the whole time. I'm just seeing if my chart, if my setup, it moves or it does what I want, right? And then the pip goal, once again, if that's 30 pips, 50 pips, 100 pips, right? And a little thing, a Forex hack, right? You don't need to catch a 50 pip move to catch 50 pips. You can catch 2 25 pip moves, or 5 10 pip moves, right? So understand that as well. What I teach is focus on making layups. Get the easy setup. Get the safe, in and out. Boom, get in, right? Grab your money, and rinse and repeat the next day. You find that same setup, boom, boom, you see it, you act on it, right? You do the same thing over and over, right? You're gonna get better at it, right? As you know, Bruce Lee talks about it, right? Or not talks, there's a quote about Bruce Lee. Sometimes I get this right 100%, sometimes I butcher it a little bit. But he says, you know, I fear the man, or sorry, I fear not the man that, you know, punches 1,000 different ways, right? I fear the man that has mastered one punch, right? So master the one setup, right? I don't believe I'm a phenomenal trader, right? I'm just phenomenal at my setup. I've mastered it, right? And when I tell people this, you know, trading gets boring sometimes for me because I know what I'm looking for, right? I see what I'm looking for, and I press buy or sell. And if I win, I win. I lose, I lose. I just happen to win a lot more than I lose, right? And it, you know, it gets, you know, you get in I call it a zone, right? It's just it's clockwork, boom, boom, boom. Because once you create success, right? Not only do you duplicate success, but you create success and create a habit out of success. Right now, it's like breathing. Right, you inhale, you exhale. You've been doing it for so long, right? You don't think about it, right? Same thing with your trading. You know, I wake up, boom, I check news. There's no news, right? Cool. I'm gonna go over the rules, a few rules that I look for, right? I see the rules, right? Boom, boom. I checklist, you know, rule 1, rule 2, rule 3, rule 4, yada yada, right? And then I click buy or sell, right? I create a robot. I create a system out of my trading, right? I have to have robotic, you know, psychology, you know, zero emotion, right? But I've created a system, right? And people fail, systems do not fail, right? So what do I mean by that is, you know, in network marketing, right? Plug into the system, right? If you have a 4-hour work week, you do PS3 system, you build offline, whatever it is, right? So you have a system to you know, maximize your business, right? I've created a system. You should create a system, right, to essentially, you know, keep you accountable. 1, right? 2, you know, a profitable trader, right? Because if you have proven results over a certain style, don't go away from that, you know. And you know, you don't, like I said, the biggest, you know, misconception I hear a lot is, you know, you don't need to catch the most pips to win, right? The best ROI wins, right? The best ROI does, right? So definitely write this down, right? I'll give it a couple seconds, right? Pair, time, pip goal. I'm gonna go ahead and move on, right, to the second portion, essentially. So I'm gonna go over a few rules and how I look at the market. So let's go to a few past setups and trades, and I'll show you what I'm basically looking, thinking, etc. Right. So let's say we start right here, last Sunday. Yeah. Right. So rule 1. I find my zones. Right. My zones is my support, resistance, supply, demand, top, bottom, whatever you want to call them, right? Right. So that's kind of where I base my trades off of. So for instance, like we're on this day right here, the 22nd. Right, I'm gonna look left. Right, so we're right here. Market opens, boom, wicks up. Right. So right here, I know my resistance is here. I know my support is here. And if you have trouble, right, finding your zones, look for sharp points. Right. That way, right here. Thank you. You look left. Right, multiple touches. Right, touch here. Right, this touches. Touch here. Touch here. So that's a strong zone. Right here you got to touch. Right, so that's a strong zone. You go over here to candlesticks, right? And it matches up. Touch, touch, all these touches up here. And that's how you find your zones, right? You can go to sharp points, right? Match up the multiple touches, and or, you know, if it's you know, for me, it's very, very simple. If I've put in the chart time where my eyes pick it up so easy, right? So it's not like I'm better or anything like that. It's just I'm more experienced, right? So have that in mind. Is if it's hard to find them, that's fine. It was hard for me when I started too, right? Everybody starts practically the same way. I mean, definitely the same way, right? Not knowing anything. Right? Have patience with this, guys. Right? You're not going to get rich overnight. Don't try to get rich overnight. Have long-term vision, right? Build the foundation. Master the skill. The money will come. I promise you. The money will come if you master this skill. 50 pips with 0.01, right? 50 pips with 1 penny, right? 50 and 50 pips with 10 lots. It's the same pips, right? You're just leveraging a little bit of different money, right? But it's the same skill set, right? So understand that, right? And don't look at other people's success or they're not having success. This is your journey, right? This is your journey. So I used to look at other people and say, oh, why are they having so much success? You know, keep your eyes on your own paper because that's going to steal your journey away. All right, so, right, rule 1, find your zones, right? 1 second. Secondly, all right, I'm looking for double tops and double bottoms. All right, or M's and W's, right? So right here, let me zoom out a little bit. What do we see here? Boom. 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 I'm buying right over here. I'm not going to just buy, right? I gotta have the right, you know, the right tools, which I'm going to show you guys. But that is the, you know, that's the setup I look for: double tops, double bottoms, right? And it's a retest, right? Test, retest, right? So that's what I'm looking for: double tops, double bottoms, M's, W's, right? Whatever you want to call it, right? Secondly, all right, watch this. Boom. These are my favorite setups. M's inside of a W. It's a little sloppy, right? You see it. Boom. Comes up, test. Boom. Comes down, test again. This is actually a third test, technically. All right. Come here, boom. 4 tests, right? But it's still the M. Right? It's ugly, like I said, but it's still there, right? That is my setup. That's what I played off of, right? Then, you know, this is where it comes to the studying, you know, and learning and so forth, right? That's the easy part. Well, it's not, I want to say easy, but that's the easy part of a style of trading, right? Reversals, right? I look for reversals all the time, right? What do we have here? Boom, boom, boom to W. Look at this, a big M. Boom, boom. I caught this sell from right here. Oh, right here. Oh, shit. Sorry. Right here to here. 80 pips times 2, 160. All right. So this is the setup we caught the other day. We sold right here. We went to right here. Yeah, 66 pips, 120. Right? and then caught this. Yeah, this one was doozy. 1237. So 60, about 60 pips, 120, so that's 240. And then we caught this beauty, like 300 pips. All right, W, boom, boom, boom. All right. It went for 180. I closed out, I think, at 150-ish. 140, 160, something like that. And that was a beautiful trade, right? And then Sunday we caught this. Boom, boom. Sold right here-ish. Yeah, right there. Went to the previous support. So that's the previous setups. And so remember, we're finding our zones. We're finding double tops, double bottoms, right? And this is just a style that, I don't want to say, I mean, not necessarily mastered. It's just, it happens over and over, right? With gold, right, it's the same time every day that it makes something happen. You just have to find the double top, double bottom, right? So when you do that, right, can someone please mute?
I got it, go.
You got it? Cool, cool. All right, so in that sense, right, find your double tops, double bottoms, and you're going to play off them, right? So a few things you can do, right? You can look for trend line breaks, right? So a trend line break, for instance, would be like right here, right? All right, trend line break. Second thing you could look for is a doji, right? A doji would be like this candle right here, right? Second or thirdly, you can look for like an engulfing candle, right? Or a railroad, right? So these are the candles you'll have to study, right, and put in the chart time to understand how like I said, how to learn your ABCs, how to create those ABCs into sentences, right? Those sentences into paragraphs, right? So that's the learning curve, right? But I promise you, if you can understand how to read this language, right, this language, you can make a lot of money, right? Learning Chinese, learning Spanish, learn how to read candlesticks, right? So I'm going to give you kind of a blueprint on how to, maximize gold, right? How to maximize gold. So it moves relatively, the most during the beginning of New York session, right? So if you're looking to trade gold, right, I would suggest there. If you're looking to trade GJ, right, trade like 4 to 6. Right, my setups are very, very simple, as you've seen. Right, there's no crazy indicators. There's no Fibonacci's, and the reason why I trade is because when I started, this stuff was confusing. Right, all these lines, all this, all that. I'm gonna do a Q. I see the messages. I'm gonna do a Q&A, after, but I saw all the message or all the lines and everything. I was like, yo, this is confusing. What am I even looking at, yo? Right. And then I just, I studied, how to read price action. Right. It's so simple. Right. Look for the setup. You find the setup. You act off the setup. Right. Same time, same pair, same setup. You do the same thing over and over, you're going to get better at it, right? You're going to see the same move. You're going to see the same fake out, right? Then you can study it at the same time every day, right? You're eventually going to get better at it, right? So that's the psychology behind it. Quit trying to confuse yourself, right? I trade zone to zone, right? So if I'm trading, if I'm buying right here, my take profit is the previous resistance, right? If I'm selling, right, then my take profit is the previous support. Right? Keep it simple, right? Trading is simple, right? You humans, right, make it difficult, right? Because they think it has to be more difficult. You know, this indicator is teaching, or not teaching, but this indicator is telling you this, you know, push this way or push that way, right? Indicators always lag, right? So if you can understand how to read price action, right, and you know utilize the gold cup, right, for confirmation, right, it's going to go a long way, right? And then if you don't want to, you know, learn, right, just obviously use the product, because all you have to do is input the numbers, right? And that's what the vision, like I said, behind it is to supplement both you know avenues. You know, someone that wants to learn, someone that you know just wants to create passive income, right? And guys, like I said, you know, when I first started, I knew absolutely nothing. I knew that you have to have the mindset, which, you know, is the key, right? Because when I started, you know, I jumped on it within, you know, the opportunity, I would say within 12 hours. The next morning, like the call at 9, next day I joined, right? Because I saw the opportunity. I knew if someone else can have success with this, then I can too, right? Because remember, I knew nothing. I was a general manager at a gym, right? Previous, you know, drug dealer, right? Was locked up for 6 months, right? In rehab, right? In a halfway house, court ordered, right? So I'm not like some special guy or anything like that. I'm just an average person that found an opportunity, right? Found an avenue and busted my butt. I showed up when I didn't feel like it. Right, I you know went to bed late, got up early, you know, sacrificed. Right, I had the mindset, you know, I'm willing to sacrifice a little bit right now, right? So you know, a year, 2 year, 3 year, right? Sacrifice, you know, a little bit then, right? So I don't have to sacrifice it later, right, for the rest of my life, right? And I've been able to attain and really, you know, hone in and, you know, get really good at the, you know, trading Forex, because it can change your life, right? Obviously, residual income is, you know, amazing, right? Residual income with this is a life changer, right? Weekly residuals, right? Boom, right? Daily profits. You can't go wrong, right? And I'm excited, guys, right? Like I said, the Gold Cup is already 18, or my side, excuse me, my side is 18-1 since the launch, right? 18-1, right? That is insane. I don't even, that's like 95, 96%. Obviously, it's going to lose here and there, so I do, right, recommend using risk management. Some people are putting, you know, a little bit higher, but because it's success rate. But use risk management, please, right? And then with the teacups, you know, there's a lot more trades. It's about 83, I think, percent last time we checked. So 83%. So people are absolutely killing it. You know, the official launch will be the 15th of next month. So that's when it'll go in effect. It'll be $20 for the app. And then, you know, you can definitely hop on my IMO-TV sessions as well. But like I said, guys, I'm going to answer a few questions, you know, whoever has questions, but I promise you, you know, if you put in the work, right, results will come. I'm a firm believer. You know, what you put into this world energy wise, right, it's going to come back, right? It's like I said, it's a law, right? So if you put in the work, right, things can happen, right? You can, I like to say it's like the cheat code to life, right? Because a lot of things can happen for you. You can travel the world, right? One of my passions is to travel the world, right? I've been able to literally pay for my vacations while on vacation trading, right? That's insane. That's just not normal, right? So create that for yourself, right? And when things get tough, right, just have the long-term vision. Right? Remember why you started, right? Why you started. Because if you do this for money, right? If you do this for money, right, you're going to have to dig deeper, right? Think about you're doing it for your kids. Are you going to give up on your kids, right? Think if you're going to do it for your parents, right? Are you going to give up on your parents, right? Because it's this, trading, business, building. It has roller coaster, right? It's up, it's down, it's up, but just have that grit, right? That grit to keep on, right? Learn, fail your way to success. Right. The only reason I'm where I'm at today is because I failed more than you guys. Right. I got back up. Right. I learned and I applied myself. Right. And I made it happen. Right. Show up to go up. You guys all showed up on this call to get better. Right. Now all you have to do is apply it. Right. Oh, sorry, my bad. I was getting a little loud. What they're saying. Yeah, so you have to, put in the work, right? So with this strategy, like I said, guys, you can use any or both Gold Rush, Teacup, and then, maximize that, I'm going to take a few questions. I saw there's about 10 or so. Maybe. There we go. Boom, boom. Yeah, trendline break, dojis, engulfings. You got railroads. There's vectors. Okay, is there any questions? Any questions at all? A really, really good mindset book. A really good mindset book is Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. It's going to teach you and help you with your mindset, right? And understanding, trading and controlling your emotions more or less. When did you have that aha moment? Well, I love that question. I had probably a good aha moment probably about 3 months in, about 90 days of really taking it serious, I should say. And then another one about 5-6 months. And then that one aha moment where you're talking about is about 9 months. About 9 months. I was like, yo, this stuff, it's clicking. It's clicking. It's moving. I got it, right? Obviously, you can always get better, but that was probably about 9 months in. I was like, yo, I've mastered it, I've mastered the strategy. Mark Douglas is the author. How would you go about learning when your pair is most active? Right. Well, if it's GBP, right, GBP will be active during London. If it's the yen, it'll be during Tokyo. Canadian, US dollar. US or US time. New York. Where would you enter the trade? Based off the reversal candle. So a few of the trend line break, dojis, all that. So that's where you're gonna have to understand how to read candles.
Luke, I do have a question, Luke.
Yeah.
Like when you made the W, when you made the double top or the double bottom, is it the third leg where you're looking for that actual entry on the doji?
Oh yeah.
Can you show that? Where
Yeah,
you're actually.
So I would be entering around here, right, for a buy. I would be entering here for a sell. This is a trade where I caught some. It was a nice drop. Looking for a sell right there. So reversals. Looking for a buy right there. Yeah, just rejections. Yeah. I mean, I traded, like I said, I traded between 8 and 11. So I look for the setup. Any questions before we wrap up?
What days do you trade on?
I trade any day. I like to stick to, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. But if there's a nice setup, I'll trade. Like you said, this was Sunday night. Sunday night when I took this trade. This was Monday morning. I didn't trade Tuesday, Wednesday, and then this was Thursday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, I didn't even trade. Sunday, Monday, Thursday, and Friday. So it just depends, what when the setup is happening and how it looks. But the best days too for New York session, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
And you say your stop loss on tips?
My stop loss is usually whatever my take profit is. I do 1-to-1 ratio since the strategy is that accurate. I just do 1-to-1. I keep it simple. Like I avoided this. So, for instance, I bought right here, and the next hour I just dropped 48 pips. My take profit was 70. So I did 70 to 70. All right, this is a stop hunt. It just dropped for no reason. All right, so this is my setup. Shoot. There we go. All right, so you got a W here. Boom, boom, boom. I bought off this doji and it just dropped for no reason, 46 pips. All right. I had a 70 pip stop loss, so boom, look at that. I avoided that stop hunt. Look at that wick on the 4-hour. All right, that's market maker stuff. All right. That's all right. Boom. All right, first leg, middle leg, middle leg. You got 1 doji, 2 doji, 3 doji, then it takes off. That's just, banks, whatever, pushing price down and click the stop losses. Look on the 4-hour. Beautiful sell, beautiful buy, beautiful sell, beautiful buy. Right. It gets easy. And I say that, with experience, right? It does get easy once you get the hang out of it. But put in that work in the beginning and the results will come. Let's see if there's any. Good question. I don't trade. I stay away from news. I don't trade any red folders. I wait for news. So say 10, 15 minutes after a red folder comes out, nothing really is going crazy. I'll trade it after that. But I'm kind of chilling for at least 10, 15 minutes, at least a 15-minute candle closes, see what's going on, any funky stuff. What would you consider the greatest struggle you've had of learning trade? Understanding what type of trader I am, in the sense of if you're very analytical and very, very by the book, so to speak, or something like that, right? You're probably going to be better with Fibonacci's. You're a very technical person, right? Me, I'm simple. I want to keep it simple, because simplicity is, in my opinion, the key, right? And don't make it harder on yourself. Right, so I just trade zone to zone. I look for reversals, and that's how kind of the mindset of it. When you determine and adjust the zones, you'll adjust them accordingly to where price goes. US dollar for the specific news. Alrighty, guys. I don't see any other questions. I appreciate you guys letting me hop on here, drop some nuggets, show you how to use, Gold Cup and provide a lot of value for you guys. So I hope you guys took notes. hop on my sessions, 8 a.m. Eastern, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'm going to go ahead and give it back to Miranda, and you let her kind of close it down. Miranda, are you there?
Yes, I am. I want to thank you so much, Luke, for jumping on, sharing. You have been absolutely amazing. Thank you for your passion. Thank you for your love. Thank you for just caring about people. I mean, it's just, you were amazing. So give him some 7. 7 is completion. I love 7s. 7 is completions. 8 is a new beginning. So we will never be the same with our trading skill and knowledge. Thank you for keeping it simple. And that's what we want, simplicity. We don't want to make it hard where people, that they just can't understand. And I just think the simplicity of what you're teaching and the goal, how amazing it is. So thank you so much, Luke, for jumping on. And I want to make sure Jason was checking to make sure we don't have any other questions. Jason, did you look in the chat? We want to make sure that we didn't miss anybody's question. We told them to wait to the end. So we want to just have him to check the chat, make sure. Yes.
I'm not echoing no more. What am I?
No.
Okay. The only one I saw was they asked Luke what other pair did he trade other than gold.
Yeah, I don't look at any other pairs or anything.
All right, thank you. And let's see. And that was the only question. He got the adjust the zones question. I believe Bernita's question was answered as well because I saw her type that in the chat. So we are done. I'm going to allow Miranda and Coach K to close out this call. But before we close this out, Luke, from the bottom of my heart, brother, I have to say this, man. You're one of the most humble, ambitious, richest cats I've ever met in my life, man. And God bless you so much for doing this because you didn't have to do this at all. And all you're doing is sowing good seed. And trust me, brother, that seed is going to fall on good ground. Thank you so much for doing this. Man, words can't express how grateful and how truly blessed we are to have someone like you that'll come on and take time out of their schedule to do this. So thank you so much. Coach K, are you there?
I am. Can you hear me, Jason?
Yes, I am.
The sentiments are, absolutely the same. I got an opportunity along with Miranda to spend time with Luke, along with XAU, and absolutely amazing to see the genuineness of these two young men that are literally changing the game. Christopher Terry, our visionary, our CEO, has brought to us a value that is unmatched. And I just want to encourage each and every person that's on the call. You do not have access to these Gold Cup signals as well as the teacups without having an active account. You have to have an active account. And I've been following Luke for 4 weeks, and it is absolutely phenomenal to see the level of consistency as well as the wins that are taking place. With proper account management, there's no reason why your monthly subscription should be an issue to you. So get active. Let's start the week out great. Luke, thank you so much once again for pouring into our lives. I believe that this is going to be a defining moment for many of you. Your life will never be the same. I'm just speaking that as a pastor over your life. Tonight is the new beginning for many of you. Super excited. Miss Miranda, you can close us out. Thank you again for the opportunity to be on this training tonight.
Yes, I thank you so much, Kenny McGee. Thank you, Jason McGee. I want to thank everybody that's on here. The great thing about it is iMarkets Live has made this available. When you log into your back office, he literally took you from step to step of what you're doing. We don't just want you to take signals. We want you to become your signal. That you can actually look in the trade, you can look at the trade, and you can call your own signal. You don't want to be codependent on people. You want to be able to make your money every day. So, Luke, I have a lot of new people on this Zoom that literally that just signed up tonight. I'm in New Orleans, and so I have a team of people. This is their first experience. So before you get off, can you just? I know we don't like doing this, but I want you to make it real. Can you just show them or tell them in a way when those when it dropped in certain areas, instances, the type of money that could possibly be made, because people can't wrap that around their mind when they see those drops. So can you just kind of throw out, like, if someone caught a certain amount of money on a certain drop, once they actually entered in that trade, can you give an idea of what people are making? Without, I know past profits don't guarantee future results, but can you give an idea of someone that just saw this, what type of money can be made with this strategy?
Yeah, definitely. So I love the potential of what Forex can do. So I'm gonna go over a what I teach, right? So I teach you 5% per day, which is 25% per week, which is 100% per month. Lowball it, right? Lowball it. So I want you guys to get your calculators out, right? Get your calculators out, right? Average person, right, I would say has, say, $200 to come in with. Just say, right? Hypothetically, right? Maybe more, maybe less. Obviously, the numbers will be much higher with a bigger account size, about $200, right? Remember, I teach 5% per day, which equals out to 100% for the month. And we're going to lowball at 50% per month. So we're going to take the calculator, times it by 1.5, right? You're going to hit the equal sign one time, right? It goes to $300, right? Not a lot of money, right? Month one, you made 150 bucks, right? Month two, hit the equal sign one more time. We got 450, right? Or sorry, the first one was $100, 200 to 300, so 100 bucks profit, right? Not a lot of money. This one is 150, but hit that equal sign 10 more times. Right? That number right there, right? What is your 12-month goal, right? What is your $200 sitting in your bank account collecting maybe 2 pennies at the end of the year, right? Or you can learn a skill set that will forever pay you, right? So you just do some numbers yourself, right? Think if you start with $1,000 times at 1.5. Think about if you start with 500 times at 1.5. Hit that thing 24 months. Right? What's your 24-month goal? Right? Super low ball. We'll just even super low ball. Instead of times about 1.5, do 1.25. Low ball it. Right? Super low ball it. What? Right? What is your 5-year goal? Feel me? Right, so there's levels to it, obviously. There's levels to it, but in the grand scheme of things, you know, there's so much potential if you take the time to do it. So I'll leave it at that. I'll get right back to my ronda. I appreciate you guys. Appreciate the love. You know, this is why I do it. I do it. The money's kind of left. You know, the goal, right? The goal, like you said. Remember, if you do this for the money, you're doing it for not necessarily wrong reasons, but it's going to have to be bigger than that. And that's where what I've been blessed. You know, I really feel like God is working through me to help other people, to show them, you know, not only the skill set, but a new way of life, right? To, you know, own your own life, right? To be there, you know, for your kids, your family, right? To not have to be a slave to your job, right? This is time freedom, financial freedom, right? And this is that avenue, you know, that is the most accelerated, right, way to achieve it. So I'm gonna end it with that for myself. I'm gonna give it right back. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. If you did not take notes, oh my God, look, I'm just, thank you, Luke, for helping us, sharing with us your secret to success. Thank you for sharing with us from the bottom of our heart. We thank you so much. And we just thank you that you are a great asset, not only to iMarkets Live, but to everyone that's living. Thank you so much for giving not just your past, you know, not allowing your past to stop you from going to the next level, and not forgetting to bring people with you. So we appreciate you. We thank you. Thank you so much, Luke. And thank y'all, team. So y'all, let's take this strategy. Let's take trading to the next level. We've got a skill. We're finna learn it. We're finna test it. Like I don't know if y'all heard him. He said he only trade one thing. He only trade gold. That's it. He does one strategy. He repeats, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse. He do the same thing. He don't add a whole bunch of extra stuff. So what you can become a millionaire by doing one thing. just learn to perfect it. So thank you again. I want you to have a wonderful evening. Study, study, study. Prepare yourself. Make yourself strong by learning this skill. God bless everyone and have an amazing night. Thank you, all of my leaders, Jason McGee, Kenny McGee, all of my leaders, Ivory Johnson, all the way from Bahamas. Luke is coming to you. So thank you. God bless everyone and have an amazing night. Good night. Thank you, Luke.